looks good. Hello. I should probably have my Kleenex. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Good to see you. It's a little bit chilly here. Okay. Hi. Thank you. Come on in. Come on in. We're cooking. So I'm just doing a little bit of prep for the celery juice I'm going to make later. I am peeling some ginger. And I have 2 lemons that I've zested, but I zested them because I needed that for the chicken, which we're going to be doing in just a minute. So we're doing an butter lemon herbed chicken, baked chicken. So what I did is I took a bunch of butter, like a stick of butter. I added to it about 2 tablespoons of basil, everything seasoning, cayenne pepper, and let me see if I can get this. Cayenne pepper and the zest of 1 lemon. Or 2 lemons, the zest of 2 lemons. So that's going to go on the skin and over the skin. And today we're working with chicken quarters because they were cheap. And I could afford them. So let's see. Put this away. Got my 2 knobs of ginger. So we'll be doing the chicken, then we'll do the celery juice, and hopefully, if we have time, I'll be able to grind some meat. I have a bunch of turkey thighs I gotta get into ground turkey for our tacos. So my local things are falling out. My local co-op does this for me. So they'll bone the chicken and hey, Trish Loves Dogs. Hey, Marley's House Vlogs. So they'll bone the turkey for me and leave the skin on. The skin is what adds fat to the grind. So I got to get that done and in the freezer. And we'll see where we are. Good thing I'm a dancer. I might have hit the floor. Hi, Lynx Acres. I'm busy tripping all over the place. So that was no joke. I'm not kidding. So I got a few dishes to put away. And then we can get started. I already did get started on a lot of this stuff. I got the quarters cut in half. So we have drumsticks and thighs. I got the herb butter made, which is just basil, everything seasoning, and cayenne pepper and lemon zest. This is the dog's water mat. Why it's in the kitchen, I don't know. Hey, come on in. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Say hello. Say hello. Say hello. Say my name. No, don't say my name. So I want to get these dishes put away a little bit because my kitchen looks junky. And I am aware of that. I was watching one of my live streams and I'm like, I have stuff everywhere. I have stuff absolutely everywhere. And you guys, isn't it nice that I'm doing a live stream where you can actually see me? Okay. I do get a little frustrated with the dark lives because I get off work so late. I have to do everything late, you know? And I have to talk to you in the dark, and sometimes it feels... I'd just rather talk to you when I can see you, you know? So I had tried to get this done earlier, but then I was struggling with the video I'm putting out on Tuesday. And so I'm trying to cut my video on Tuesday down to 15 minutes. And I'm still at 21, and I've been working on it for 6 hours. And it's still only, I'm still only on minute 7. And I'm like, how is this? I've been working on it 6 hours. Anyway, I think that's good enough. There's still a little bit of stuff. There's things I can't do anything about. So here's a whole lot of chicken, right? And with that chicken, I have the oven already heating up. So it's at 219 right now, and I need it to get to 400. But so what we'll do is I gotta get gloves on because you guys know I hate touching raw chicken. I just can't. Gross. I can eat it. I don't like touching it. So I have more chicken than can fit in this pan. So I'm gonna butter up as many as I can. Get them in here. Did you hear that? Get them in there. I think that'll be enough I think there are 5 eaters. So my husband and I, my niece and her husband, her son, and her daughter. So that's 6, but her daughter is this big. She's just under 3, or she just turned 2.5. I don't know. Anyway, so share out the live if you would. Share out the live. I have one thing to do before I continue, and that is to make sure that I am protected, meaning that I just need to make a few adjustments on the setting. So is that where I am? Yep. Okay, there we go. Let's go there. Let's see myself. There we are. Okay. I don't want to watch my own ad, but that's all right. I will. All right. So I lost a few people. Okay. Well, let's continue anyway. Okay. So, Lynx Acres, thank you for being here. We're gonna butter this chicken. I'm gonna get some light on it. We're gonna get it into this pan. So, can you see that? Are you close enough? So there's the pan. Okay, let me get my gloves on and we'll be good. Let me get my gloves on and we'll be good. This is the kind of glove I use. It is antimicrobial vinyl. They don't pay me a thing to show you that. I am an Amazon affiliate, but I don't have, I haven't really put my store together yet. Still trying to figure out how to do all that. So, all right. Let's do this. So I have my herb butter. I have this. I will use this sometimes. I need a spoon. No, that's toy spoon. Any spoon will do. I'm going to put some of this under the skin, right? Rub it all over on the inside. Get it in there really good. And then we'll put some on the outside. Okay. Get that all on the skin. And then on the other side, don't forget the other side. Okay. So that's how we're doing it. Nope, that's good. We're gonna put that right in there. So 2 thighs. Oh, that's a lot of fat. I can cut that off. Where's my scissors? This fat, I can just pull off. I am going to save that for schmaltz. So if it has a little bit of herb on it, I'm not bothered by that. So I got that right under the skin. I'm going to press it down and press it back. Get some on top. So in this, okay, so you guys, this is a stick of butter, 2 tablespoons of basil, a tablespoon of everything seasoning. And hey, good to see you all. Thank you for coming in. Make sure you thumbs up. And the zest of 2 very small lemons. So watch, I'm going to stick this right in here. See how I did that? I went right up under the skin. Okay, spread that out. Basically what this does, I have a recipe that I published called Chicken Fried Inside Out. Basically what this does is it fries the skin from the inside and crisps it up, as well as leaving or keeping the keeping the chicken moist. So this will be 4 of these. Let that push that back. I hope I don't have to make much more. So what's going on in the chat? Hello, Rochelle. Hello, Food Forest Permaculture. Good to see you, Howie. Lynx Acres and Trish Loves Dogs. Thank you all for coming. Okay, so we got that side done. I need to move this fork. Might as well do that. Get that on there. And I thought I was going to use this. I'm not. Because I have the gloves on, so there's no need. All right, let's get some legs in here. Okay. Great days to you, Karen. Yes. Also, Karen, I still need to clean my kitchen. Oh, yeah, me too. Me too, Lynx Acres. Troy tries to get it clean for me every day, and the next thing you know, I'm in there cooking, doing stuff like this, and it gets nice and sloppy and messy. So I am not going to feel any kind of way about crowding this because I'll be turning it over halfway through. So we have 5 people eating. I've got 4 thighs, maybe a little more. No, I'm going to turn it this way. That'll be more efficient use. Okay. Go ahead and subscribe. Cleaning is fun. It is actually. Cleaning actually makes me feel more in control. I just haven't had a lot of time with the musical and all of that. So let's see how many more I can fit in here. So this is one of the easiest ways I know how to do chicken. Just get a whole lot of butter on it with a whole lot of flavor, and it's delicious. Oven is ready. Another leg. I think I can get. So what did I say? It had a stick of butter. I can get rid of this now. A stick of butter, 2 tablespoons of basil, a tablespoon and a half of everything seasoning, which is salt, pepper, garlic. Let's see what else. I think I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can get 1 more leg in there. And then the rest I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do with. Looking good, spreading the seasoning. That's how we do all the meat, inside out. Yes, correct. Fries it inside and out. Hope you're doing well, Rochelle. And I hope everybody else is doing well in the chat. Please share it out. See if we can get some folks up in here. Up in here. Get some folks in the chat. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means I have 6 thighs and 4 legs left. But I do think this is enough chicken for 5 eaters. I wonder if I can get another. Well, I don't have any any more herb butter. Anyway, so that's that. And I think what I will store this later after the live. Right now, I'm just going to put it in the refrigerator, cover it up. This is going right away in the oven, and it's going in uncovered. So I have the oven at 400 degrees. I'm going to cook this for 30 minutes this way. And then I will turn it, cook it for 15, turn it again, cook it for 15. So right now, this stuff is going to be wrapped up. We're going to put it in the fridge, and we're going to start working on that celery juice. So you guys, I don't do celery juice like everybody else does. I don't just juice it. I ferment it, because that's what I do. I ferment stuff. And this is a basically a salt-free ferment, except for the celery has its own salt. The celery is, you know, quite high in sodium of some sort. And so I use kefir water. Let me show you. If you saw my video, you know this. So this is kefir water. These are kefir grains. And what I'll do is I will take a half cup of kefir water out of this. Then, of course, I'm going to make kefir for myself. And then that will sit on the celery juice counter for 2 days. 2 days. And then it goes in the fridge. And you guys, it's delicious. So for today, I had some. This is almost a whole head of celery. And so I had enough left over from when I made my video that I could make it on my live stream and you could watch the process. So I know there's been thousands of celery videos out there, but I add well, my lemons are very small. I add the juice of 2 lemons, and I'm going to add a little bit more ginger, about 3 inches of ginger. So who's here besides Rochelle? Okay. Do I have any moderators in the house? Rochelle, how do you feel about being hi, Tammy, good to see you. Rochelle, how do you feel about being a moderator? Because that's going to happen right now. Okay, there you go. Hi, John, good to see you. We just got done. We just put the chicken in the oven. We seasoned it with an herb butter, rubbed it all over, and I have chicken left over, but I'm going to cook this after the live because I don't have enough room in my refrigerator. Kefir water, green chili, fermented green chili. I'm going to bring that to my niece too. See if I can get this in here. Oh, I've got too much stuff. Okay. So the kefir water. Did you hear that? I started making this again, and I'm really happy because I was spending $3 and something. I got all the stuff is settled to about. I've been spending. Oh, okay. There's a guy standing out in front of my house. Look at the head on that. I wish you could hear it. This is a berry. So you make the kefir water, you do a secondary fermentation with a little bit of juice. And I use an organic, like, breakfast juice. So this is a berry boost or something like that. And you put a little bit in there, put the kefir water in there, let it sit on the counter for just a little bit, and boom, you've got a terrific drink, and you haven't spent $3.79 a bottle. You've made it yourself. Gosh, that's good. Have you ever thought of making a video on all the things that you ferment in one video? You know what I should? Oh, Trish, thank you. Wow. Hey, that is delicious. That's delicious. Maybe that's my thing. Instead of squirrel, I'm going to say that's delicious. Thank you, Trish. I really appreciate it. That always does this to me, you guys. I got the dumb look. John, you know what I thought about doing? Yes, I thought about doing a compilation video. So that compilation video would be, because I've stored most of my videos in on a hard drive, external hard drive, so I could pull all the clips. I have to make a new trailer anyway soon. So anybody want to match that? I'd be happy. I'm not e-begging. That makes me so happy. I forget about that. It's always such a surprise. So scroll up. Okay, Rochelle. Okay, Rochelle. Our seasoning is, okay, Rochelle is telling us her seasonings. Our seasonings is onions, shallot, garlic, lime, parsley, cilantro, 2 different thyme, hot peppers, curry, black pepper, white pepper, paprika, grated or blended together and put on everything. Rochelle, you know what I want you to do? I want you to find or create a recipe. Put that together, and you and I can do a collab on that seasoning, because I would love to. I'd love to try that. I'd like to do a reaction video, because it sounds like it's hot. So, all right, I got to wipe up this mess I made, and then let's get on to the celery juice, because I will talk forever. I don't know if you're aware of that. John, what did you say? Okay, I have to match Trisha's donation, LOL. Nobody has to match anything. It does make me do this, though. All right. So let's see if we can get the blender out. First, I have to unbury it. So we're making a number of different recipes this week that require canned goods or olives. We're doing the, what is it? We're doing fennel. It's a Lydia Bastianich recipe, sausage and fennel, but we're using Beyond sausage. Oh, I'll show you. Beyond Meat, Beyond Sausage. It's, this isn't my favorite of their products, but it works just fine. John! Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Anyway. Woo! I see dollar signs. That's Carter's Eats. Woo! I see dollar signs. Let me get my, that ain't me. This is not my favorite of their products. But it works just fine. And it's the best meat replacement for sausage we've found. Now, my favorite of their products, now I'd eat their hamburger all day long. But my favorite of their products is the bratwurst. Now, of course, I'm from Minnesota. We love bratwurst. Wisconsin, Minnesota, we're all about the bratwurst. When we're talking about cooking out in Minnesota, we're going to have brats. Yeah, you want to come have some brats with us? You know, so we're talking about that. But that's my favorite product they do, because they did something to that brat that really, it's, to me, it's even better than a brat. And I'm a meat eater, so I don't know what they did, but they did something right. Oh man. I can't wait to make some more. My favorite of my kefir water is the, let me get myself together. The money kind of throws me off in a really good way. Or the super chats, they throw me off in a great way. Yes, let's do some celery. I gotta finish getting my stuff together. Rats. Oh, hey, here's another thing, you guys. Like I said, you know that celery juice is all the rage. I mean, that's really where it's at right now. Everybody's doing celery juice. The jury's out on really whether it is super good for you. Is it, I mean, like, is it hype or is it healthy? Well, there's some compounds I found out in celery juice that could be harmful. I need to do more research on that. But what I do know is that it's a diuretic. What else? What other research did I do? So it's a diuretic. It's, well, you guys, if you go to my blog, let me go to my blog. Blog Beyond Sauerkraut.blog. It came right up. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the chat because I would like you guys to go see this. I did some preliminary research. So this is celery, fermented celery juice. So there's that. The thing about the fermented celery juice, let's get there. Okay, there's okay, at the bottom, there's some stuff that, what I gathered from my research. So I drank fermented celery juice for a week. Fermented, not just celery juice. Everybody else is doing celery juice, but you know I'm going to ferment mine. Anything that's good in its raw state, going to be terrific in its fermented state. So I've been drinking fermented celery juice for a week and have noticed marked change in my digestion. You guys can read the rest of that. What did that? I like French fries. Yes, though. I love veggies. Yes. Yes, those are good. Okay, I got to catch up. I'm a fruit fanatic now. Eat whole foods and not substitutes for meat, organic, grass-fed, and finished meats. I know, John, I know. Troy can't eat meats, his body reacts in a negative way when he eats meat now. So we're not going fully vegan or vegetarian. We're just limiting the meat, and I really, 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 really like the Beyond Meat, even Beyond Meat brat, better than regular brats. I like the taste. I'm not replacing. Well, I would replace a regular brat for that because I like the taste. So anyway, here's what I discerned from my research. I call celery juice a concentration because it is concentrated, but because 2 heads of celery make an average of 2 quarts of juice. In each quart, there are approximately 15 stalks of celery. A serving of celery is approximately 1 stalk. Stalk, not stock. Minnesota coming up. Stalk. 1 serving has approximately 11 grams of magnesium. Now, I take magnesium. I prefer to get my vitamins and minerals through some sort of food that I make. So 1 serving has approximately 11 grams of magnesium. A quart of celery juice has 4 8-ounce servings. 1 8-ounce serving of celery juice has 120 milligrams of magnesium. And it's like the 3 kinds of magnesium that you can get. So it's a constant. Drinking 8 ounces of celery juice gives me a blast of magnesium. I need magnesium because, I don't know if you're aware of this, I'm a little anxious. Truth. Let's tell the truth. I have a great deal of anxiety. Part of it is from my job, and part of it is from being a perfectionist. Part of it is from my history of, So I have a lot of anxiety, and this really, magnesium really helps. Hi, Shawana. Good to see you. Magnesium really helps to even out the kind of makes me like, So celery, the reason I will drink celery juice is for the magnesium alone. And that means I can spend, and here goes the kicker, you guys, I can spend less money. On buying magnesium threonate. I can spend less money, and that's the goal because, as I've said several times, my student loans are $1,100 a month. That doctor Dr. Paulman came with a price tag. You know what happens? Okay, I'm coming. So that, yeah, so anytime, you guys, anytime I can cut corners or spend less money, the better for me. All right. And then we can do that so you don't have to. Okay. All right, so a couple things we're gonna do. We're not gonna do all the celery juice or celery at the same time. I should get more light. Is that better? No. Is that better? Let's see. Yeah. So you don't want to do all of this at the same time. We do about half of it, and I'm going to add some water. Now you guys, I am going to use my tap water. Last time I used spring water because I had it. I did not have time to dechlorinate the water, but our water in St. Paul is really good, so I'm not really worried about it. You got your SCOBY! Yay! Hi, how are you, Tisa? You guys, if you don't know Tisa, she's got 2 channels. The one I am acquainted with is Green Organic Love. I go in and try to hang out in her live stream at least twice a week in the morning. She's on really early. For those of you who are on the West Coast or East Coast, it's not that early. For us in the Midwest, I'm already at work, so it's not that early for me. And then for those of you on the West Coast, it's like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So anyway, Tisa's cool. She's here. Green Organic Love. Check her out. And if not, go check her out right now. Okay. So I don't have a juicer. I have a nut bag. I forgot to cut my ginger. I'm going to cut my ginger up. So, Tisa, I'm just making another batch of fermented celery juice. So once this is done, once I squeeze it out of my nut bag, then I'm going to put it on the counter, put some Kefir juice starter in it, and we will be good to go. All right, let me get a little bit of water up in here. Just adding a little water to help my what is Vitamix? Okay. I wonder, can you guys see that? Yeah, you can. I hope it's not too bright. I'm not going to talk right now. It's got a rhythm. That's good. Okay, so I'm going to move you back a little bit and you can watch this process. Okay, so what's going on over here? Is that too hot? No, it's not. Good. All right, my nut bag. When When I say nut bag, you guys, I'm talking about a nut milk bag. This is a nut milk bag. And don't think I'm going to throw out the fiber. I'm not. I'm going to keep that and use that for soup. So we're all about food preservation here. It's really easy. Now, I didn't put my lemon in this batch. I'll put it in the next, and then we'll combine the two. Normally, I would be wearing gloves, but that's all right. So, what's going on? I gotta go. I got more studying about my family. All right, Tammy, see you later. You have tons of scobies in your hotel? Okay. So what's fun is when you pull this out, right? It's really quite dry. Whoops, dropping it everywhere. So this is not going to waste, you guys. This will become something fibrous for my soups, and I should be making a soup soon. So let me get that into something. And look at this, you guys, look at this color. Can you see that color? Isn't that pretty? Oh. So all of this goes right. It just comes out so easily. And there we go, a handful of celery fiber. Look at that, celery and ginger fiber. So I'll roll that into balls later. And it goes in the freezer, and then boom, 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 I'll just plop it in wherever I need it. Put that aside for right now. Let's get you back here. Let's do this process again. So let me see what's going on before we do this again. Too much speed in your blender or juice causes too much oxidation. Drink it soon because the degradation of all the goodness that you derive from the blending or juicing. Ah, good to know, John. Good to know. So I guess what's going to end up happening, John, is I'm doing this for the probiotics. When I was talking to my naturopath about this, they were really okay with blending as long as I didn't blend for, sorry, I should be talking to you. When I was talking to my naturopath about this, he was fine with the blending, and especially using the Vitamix, as long as I didn't blend for over 2 minutes. So I'm going to go with his advice, although, John, I'm sure yours is correct as well. I am not in a position to go out and buy a juicer right now, so I'm doing what I can. And the idea of fermenting it brings more stuff to my body that I need. So I appreciate your comments, and I will keep them in mind. I won't overblend, just like my naturopath said not to. Juicer. Oh, yeah, I can do it this way. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing. Let's go like that. All right. We're going to get some lemon in there. Juice of 2 lemons today. But the fermented celery juice, I like the celery juice by itself, but fermented, it is awesome. It is delicious. There's a special flavor that comes out. The lemon blends super well, and the ginger gets hot, like hot. Like as soon as you eat it, or as soon as you drink it after it's been fermented, it's like, whoa, opens everything up. So that should be good, and then we'll mix all that together. Oh, forgot the rest of my ginger. All right, let me go toss this and get it out of the way really quick, and I'll be right back. All right, here we go. What's that like to you? Okay. Not so bad. John, you know a lot. So, as far as I know, even though with the advice of John, my naturopath said don't blend over 2 minutes, and you should be good without a juicer. So, Rochelle, my mask. You do what you have to. Okay, thank you, John. I do appreciate your advice, though. I do appreciate your comments. I like to take comments from wherever I can get them, as long as they're, as long as they are. That didn't work. Well, I'm just gonna have to sit this down in it. As long as they're constructive, or as long as people are trying to be helpful. Okay. When people are just being plain nasty, that's not fun. But this is what I have for right now. I'm good. Good. Trying our RV at some point, like in the next 5 years. We're selling our house. We're buying an RV. We're hopefully going to be mobile by that time, so that we're working, because I'll never be able to stop working. Hi, Casey Detox Diva. I'm in the process of making some fermented celery juice. I fell in love with it, and so I'm all about it right now. I'm not going to drink it right away, although everybody says, drink it right away. Nope, I'm going to ferment it. That's what I'm all about. And I like it fermented. I like it better fermented than with this has more in it. I shouldn't have done that yet. Oh, no, it had more green leafies. Okay. I like it better fermented than the way it is right now. I'll be right back to you. Hold on. Okay. So, got this mess, just making it messier and messier. My husband's always pleased with the process of live streaming and the product that comes out of it. But what he doesn't like is that because I'm trying to move so fast and not bore you all to tears, that I'm just throwing dishes wherever. So let's get the Kefir in here. Okay, my chicken is almost done. Oops, did I do something? Okay. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, so Coolio. Whenever possible, guys, do not use metal on, don't use metal on, what am I trying to say? On a ferment. 1, that's a 1/4 cup. This is a 1/2 cup. There we go. That is enough to get that going. And in 2 days, that is going to be delicioso. Look at that pretty color. Oops, let's get that off. Okay, we'll look at that in a second. We have to turn it over. I need to cover this back up. I'm going to make this kefir water tomorrow. Okay, so what's going on in the chat? For years, I didn't have a juicer. I did just the way you're going out with this nutmeg. Yeah. I'm sorry. What happened, Rochelle? I'm glad you're okay. I'm sick, but trying. I'm learning fermenting as well because the benefits for women are tremendous. Yes. Oh, I don't know if you know, Tisa, but I had so many problems before I started drinking fermented beverages or making my own. I started taking probiotics. You know how that is. And I'm going to pour this into here first so that I can pour successfully. But I started taking probiotics, and that it wasn't conducive to my budget. It just isn't, because the ones that are good, are, $40 and $50. It's like, what am I supposed to do with that? I mean, how am I supposed to do that? I can't do that. All right. So, got a quart jar here. Let's see what happens. Oh, I did spill it all over the place. Let's wipe this up first. Yeah, I just can't afford a super expensive probiotic, and with the ones you buy, sorry, and my brain is kind of going left and right, but with the ones that you buy, you're supposed to get 40 billion. Let me see what this one says. I keep this on mine for reference because this is the last one I bought, and it cost me, I think this was $42. Then I learned how to make sauerkraut. So 85 billion live cultures, 32 probiotic strains. That's not a guarantee. That's when this was made. So by the time it gets to the shelf or to the refrigerated section, it could have lost 40 of those 85 billion. So that's why I don't do this. And when I ferment my own stuff, you get, with sauerkraut, you get trillions. I used to say billions, but you get trillions of live CFUs, or live cultures, CFUs, units. I don't know what they are, but you get trillions in one serving. One serving is, for the juice itself, one serving is 1 ounce. $5 for a head of cabbage that makes 2 quarts of sauerkraut, or $45. What are you gonna pick? I'm learning I'm sorry, I'm behind. Thumbs up, people, show the love. Thank you, show the love. Okay, I gotta get this into quart jars and get that on the counter. So the one thing, you guys, I gotta tell you, the one thing I trust about my naturopath, right, is my naturopath is an MD first. So I gotta leave some headspace for this. He's an MD first, and a naturopath second. So he got licensed to be a MD in Arizona, and then in Minnesota, he became a naturopath. You know what? I want to save a little bit to taste it. because I know it's going to be delicious. All right. Well, I'm tripping. No, I have not been drinking. I've just been tripping all over the place. Ooh. Earthy, lemon, so it's tart, and the ginger is really coming through. Perfect. I will say this. That the adding the second lemon was the right idea. That was the right idea. That was good. So, all right. So I have this. This is a serving or so. Oh, clean this up. And this is a quart. So I see how it's already starting to foam. Very active cultures in that kefir water. And so I needed to leave some headroom there. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to put a coffee filter over this one. This is an aerobic process. What aerobic means, if you don't know, is it needs oxygen to do its thing. So when you're making beer and wine, and when you're making, not apple cider vinegar, because apple cider vinegar is aerobic as well. But when you're making beer and wine and other things, other fermented vegetables, oftentimes you need it to be an anaerobic process, and that's when you need everything submerged underneath the brine. Otherwise, you could attract yeasts and molds that you don't want. So for this one, I'm going to use a rubber band. This is just to keep bugs, dust and bugs and things out of it. And for this, I'm just the ring of a canning lid. So there we have it. Yeah? Yay! All right, it's time to pull that chicken out and turn it real quick. So, I suppose you want to see that. I'm just getting caught up all over the place. Okay, so what's going on? I'm just now doing my second ferment of my apple and ginger kombucha. Sounds delicious. You are working on getting some things worked out in my body, but they said do more fermentation once I get the allergy test, which is very expensive. Oh, I know. I had that allergy test done. KC, it was $500. And then the second one I had, the price came down, but the results were not as accurate. So I would pay for the more expensive one if I had the money. Right now, we know I'm very sensitive to wheat. My mouth, bad things happen. Bad things happen. Very sensitive to wheat. Oh, why did that turn off? No wonder this isn't. I need to put this back in the oven. My oven does this thing where it's like it shorts out and it just turns itself off. So I'm looking at the color. I'm like, that's been in there at 400 for. Nope, it hasn't. Wonder how long it's been off. Darn it. Okay, you guys, I have to blow my nose. So, yeah, so that's great. I have to leave here at 6 with the chicken, so I'm sure it'll be done, but that wasted a whole probably 20 minutes. Let's load in the dishwasher so I can get on to the next thing. I don't know if I want to make, I My thought was that I was going to grind meat, but I don't think so because that'll be too messy. I do need to make some sauerkraut, so I will probably do that next. Do you do a blood test because this one is a blood? Yes, it was a blood test. There's only one left here in Florida. That what? Okay, I lost that. I just got done making cauliflower soup and some body butter and also some natural shampoo. I want your natural shampoo recipe. Do you have that, Casey? Do you have that on a video? Because if you do, I want to make that. My hair needs something more natural. I have all the flax seeds I need to make gel, but I haven't done that yet. Okay, I'm doing a blood test, and there's only one lab here. KC, we have to send. For me, we sent the blood test to Florida. So it may be that there's only a couple in the nation because there's none here in Minnesota. I had to go to a lab, have them pack it up and send it to Florida. So, yeah, that's what that's about. I think there's just a few labs that do this kind of testing. All right, I'll try to, ooh, gross. This is the butter bowl. Ugh. Before I put it in the dishwasher, I need to try to get most of it out. Otherwise, there we go. So, yeah, Casey, for those of you that want to have allergy testing done, that's a blood test. There are only a few labs in the United States that do this, and it's highly effective. That's all I'll say. It's highly effective. When I found out, I think it's 34 different food sensitivities, one true allergy, which was eggs. Or it came out what they call a 4, which is you're so close to allergic that if you continue this, you will have an allergy and probably go into anaphylactic shock. And then once you get it out of your system, you come in contact with it again, and it's bad. It's really bad. So I've been so sick, but I had also been eating boiled eggs as part of my diet, and I would digestion, man, and then throat and skin and everything. After I got it out of my system, one point I accidentally touched an egg. This is like the first year that I stopped eating eggs, and my skin, well, there's a scar there right now, but my skin immediately reacted. All of this is where I came in contact, and it immediately reacted. It felt like somebody was burning me. So, no chicken eggs for the kid. But you know what I can do, and you've seen this if you've been around for a while. I can do duck eggs, but we don't have any duck eggs in the Twin Cities right now. There's like no duck eggs. The replacement? I can bake with this. I can do anything I would normally do. I know John's like, eat real food. I use over-fermented plain kombucha as hair rinse, and it works really well. John, great idea. John, I know you're like, eat real food. I can't get duck eggs right now. The other option is to not eat anything that has an egg-like thing in it. So this is my go-to. Hey, do what you have to do. I know, John, but I just want to honor that I understand where you're coming from, because I believe so all of the meat substitutes, the egg substitutes, all that stuff is still highly processed. That's what's wrong with it. They are making it tasty, but what's wrong with the meat substitutes and the egg substitutes and all of that is that they put it through a process that it wasn't born to do. It didn't grow to do that. Kefir water, man. Hey, Donnie, Danya, how are you? Can you raise ducks? I can't. Well, no, hon, could we? Where are you? Did you? Oh, I saw my husband for a second. We know people that have ducks, but I have a dog. I have a dog that thinks that birds are food, that cats are food, that squirrels are food, that rabbits are food. So I'm sure if she saw a duck, it would look like food to her. She always loves, when we go down to the dog park or the river, she goes after the geese and the ducks like she's supposed to eat them. It's craziness. Are you or use applesauce and flaxseed gel as egg substitute? I have used flaxseed gel, and I used that last year. I used flaxseed gel successfully in a pasta. It lacked a little bit of the richness, but it was still pretty good. The Just Egg makes the best meat, the best pasta. I mean, better. I think better than duck eggs. And I think that's weird to say, but with cup for cup and Just Egg and water, you can make and a little bit of salt. You can make a delicious fresh pasta. And when it comes out of the water, it has that, it tastes, it feels just like wheat pasta. So my husband says, please call me Happy. Happy, I will. I just didn't know if, hey, TS Dogs and Dragonflies. Hello, hello, hello. I have a dumb phone and don't so phone stuff Nightbot. Okay. That's cool. I've never used Just Egg before. You can use Just Egg just like you use everything else. I was going to ask you something, honey. What was I going to ask my husband? Oh, can we raise ducks in? Yeah, right?
Yeah, those people had ducks.
If we didn't have a dog, we could raise. Oh. She wouldn't be.
I don't think they got an exception for the ducks that they had, and they had 2 ducks, 4 blocks away from here for a couple of years.
So our neighbors 3 blocks away had ducks, but I think and they didn't. Trey says he doesn't think they had an exception. The only thing that I'd have to worry about are predators. They are the prey, and my dog is a predator. All right, what did I say I was going to do next? Sauerkraut. Yes. Okay. Sauerkraut. All right. Yeah, because I have a head. I've got to do this anyway. So, and this is an easy one. I got to roll these up first. So I'll have you watch me do that, and I'll get that on a cookie sheet to freeze. All right. So, waste not, want not, right? Let me see should I get some more light on that, or are you okay? Whoops. I think you're okay. So, this, I don't believe in waste. So these are good for going into soup. And I'm going to make a soup this week, I believe. Even with the ginger and the lemon will bring something bright to whatever soup I put it in. That's a little small. But freeze these up, put them in a bag. I'm going to do carrots next. I'm going to do a fermented carrot juice. I've done fermented carrots. I haven't done fermented carrot juice. That I will definitely put ginger in. Okay, these are going to go into the freezer to freeze dry, basically. Get a little bit more on this one. And then they'll be good to go. So there you have it. Celery fiber. Woohoo! Yeah, so let me put some of this stuff away and we'll get started on some sauerkraut. I think I might have 2 cabbages, but I think I want to save some for cabbage and, ham or something. Cabbage and smoked turkey. Neck bone. Before I do anything else, Happy, love ginger, use it every morning. Add the lime and ginger pulp and drink it. Oh yeah, good. So before I go on, I do want to say thank you for coming. I'm not getting off until I'm done with the sauerkraut and until the chicken is done. But I always forget to say, I really, maybe I feel like I don't say it enough, how much I appreciate you coming through. Even though I'm not an exciting channel, I'm just I ferment stuff and I cook things. And it just means a lot to me that you come and you hang out, you enjoy it. It's always kind of a small live. That's okay. I'm happy with that. But I'm more happy that I'm getting to know each and every one of you in a very unique way. YouTube can be ugly, but it can be wonderful like this. So thank you very much. Let's see what's going on with my cabbage. Okay. I'm going to have you guess, and I know you'll be able to guess. Which one of these are organic? This one, very white and pale and huge? Or this one, dark green, good leaves? I think I'm going to make a small batch of sauerkraut today with the organic. I'll do something else with this. That's, I don't understand. Look at the size difference. Oh, so you're sweet. I've been listening while I ate my supper, watching you make yours. Oh, fun. Thank you. On the screen, left on the screen. Yeah. I'm doing this one today. It's also more dense. This is almost light. I don't know what I'll do with this. Maybe I'll make some cabbage steaks. Okay, let's also take a look at this chicken, see if it's turning any kind of great shapes, colors. Oh, it's got something going on in there. Yeah. I'll turn that over. Let's give that 10 more minutes and then I will turn it. So cabbage soup is my favorite. That's a good idea. I wonder if I could make cabbage and celery fiber soup. All right. Oh, okay. Oh, you guys, I saw I watched Jesus Christ Superstar, the NBC. It was an NBC special 2 years ago. I didn't realize that. I thought it was a PBS special. But so with John Legend as Jesus, and so being a fan of the original and the original choreography, I was kind of let down by the John Legend version because the choreography for that was an afterthought, and I think they sold the whole show on John Legend's voice. Well, Jesus Christ Superstar without fantastic choreography is not right. It's just not right. So what Troy and I did, we watched the John Legend version, and then right immediately afterwards, we watched the movie version, and I was like, okay, now I'm satisfied. I've had my Jesus Christ Superstar fix. you know, after having been disappointed, I hate being disappointed like that. Like you're waiting for this big thing to happen and then it falls flat. So I got new, so glad I got new cutting boards, vinyl cutting boards, because all of my other ones had holes in them. I had them for almost 20 years though. So I feel okay. So let's take off these outer leaves. We'll use that as to help keep the cabbage under the brine. That one we'll shred. All right. So if you don't know, if you've never made sauerkraut, it's super easy. First thing you're going to do is core your cabbage, right? And then you're going to slice it. You're going to put it in a bowl and you're going to salt it and put a weight on that. Put a weight on that so that the salt, excuse me, the salt starts pulling the, okay, brain. Okay, so the salt starts pulling the water out of the cabbage, and it wilts. Okay, so I used to be very concerned about what size I shred this at, but now I'm not as concerned. I just do it as thin as possible without cutting my finger off. So about that. I'm not looking at you guys right now because I don't want to cut my finger. I have a tendency with cabbage, this is where I injure myself. Okay, put this off to the side for right now and get another bowl. You guys, I had so many projects I wanted to get done in the kitchen today. But gosh darn it, if my video for Tuesday isn't taking me forever. There we go, see. This is gonna make a small batch, but that's okay. Troy and I don't need tons of sauerkraut all the time. But my video is taking me forever. 6 hours and I'm only, I think I said 7 minutes into it. And this is after working on it yesterday too. So 7 minutes into it. And it's right now with the raw footage that's left is like 21 more minutes. I'm trying to get it down to 12. I'm like, where can I cut? As I go along, I'm sure I can find places where I've repeated myself because it's making collard greens and you're always washing and rinsing the leaves and getting them in the pot, washing, rinsing, getting them in the pot. So I'm sure a lot of the washing and rinsing is going to go. Julian Carr, I'd rather you concentrate on the cabbage and slice your finger off. Thank you very much. All right, here we go. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So, yep, I think it's apropos. I make sauerkraut on a live stream. So yesterday, you guys, so I told you Friday we saw Jesus Christ Superstar. Yesterday, we went to a Christmas concert in Minneapolis called the New Standards, which is this Christmas concert that happens every single year. And it's hilarious. It's fun. It's beautiful. Let me get one more slice out of this. Oh, yeah. Okay. it's the music is great. We go and we have a glass of wine while we're there, and then we go out to dinner. It's like the beginning of our Christmas season or our holiday season. So that was super fun. And then today, of course, I'm making dinner for my niece. And then we did the celery and now sauerkraut. And I should have made lard this week. I should have ground the turkey. There's a number of things I should have done that I just didn't get done. Share out the live if you wish. Just a habit I have to say that. So I need to get gloves on because I'm going to add salt and I'm going to mix, and that really irritates my hands. So I'm smart enough now that I brought the gloves right over to me. Come on, people, hit the thumbs up and like the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, I got 16 thumbs up. Thank you so much. You guys can't see that because that's not a statistic I let be shown. Okay, so about a tablespoon to stir. I need a little bit more than that. I ran out. Back in May, I don't know if many of you know this, back in May I had a real hard time with a number, like a consortium of I call them mischievous people, other term troll. So that's a little bit more salt. So that's about 1.5 tablespoons of salt. Real hard time. And at one point I think it was over 100 thumbs down on a video that only had like 20, or a live stream that only had 25 people in it. And then there was this one person that kept coming back. You delete him, or you delete him, and the next thing you know, he had opened up another channel, and he kept doing this over and over and over again to the point where he and his buddies actually, I had to shut down the live because there were more of them than the people that were actually there to watch. So there's a few things I do to protect myself, and it seems to have worked pretty well. I don't know if you can tell, but it's already starting to get shiny. The salt is starting to draw out the moisture. So let me get a plate and a weight on this, and then we'll look at the chicken. So a plate and a weight. That'll do. About 10 minutes. Okay, perfect timing. Yay, let's look at that chicken and then turn it over. Okay, I'm going to put these here. Waste too many of my gloves. There's a time, you get 200 gloves in a pack. There was a time last May that I think I went through 200 gloves in a month. That's a little wasteful. All right, let's see what we're doing here. Ooh, my glasses just fogged up. Okay. Woo! Look at that. Dare I turn it over? Probably. What did I do with my tongs? I had tongs here. Oh! Lost my tongs. I'll use these, but I don't like these. You know what, you guys? I want to keep that crispy skin. I'm not worried about the bottom. These are almost done. I'll show you in a sec. Oh, I can do this because this is clean. Yeah, I am gonna take a bite before we leave. So, oh yes, I think that's enough. gonna be so good. I'm just gonna let it cook for I'm gonna let it cook for a little bit longer. My husband and I like our chicken falling off the bone so that there is no possibility of it being raw. I've had food poisoning from chicken before, and that was disgusting. If you've ever had food poisoning from meat. So that's why I'm really careful about handling chicken and all of that stuff, because I am just not interested in whatever I had. I remember, okay, so my sister, that was after my sister got food poisoning. My parents were not interested in taking us to the doctor very often, and we were on vacation. And we stopped by one of my parents' friend's house in Colorado someplace. And the woman served us chicken and rice. So she had cooked the chicken in the rice, which I've seen done before. Very Minnesota thing to do. Just throw it in there with salt and pepper, and that's it. That's so Minnesota. Anyway, she didn't cook it well enough, and my sister got the more raw piece than anyone else. And my God, she had the worst stomach ache in the world for 2 hours. And then that was the end of it for the next 48 hours. And I'm like, why didn't my parents take her to the hospital? I don't know, but we were on vacation, so they didn't want to do it. But we all know that could have turned out to be a disaster. But back then, you don't go to the hospital, you just get over it. Wild edibles, be careful when chicken and toilet paper are on sale at this. That's funny. Ha, ha, ha. Yes. So, but I remember she was, let's see if I can get a sentence out. We were in 7th grade and we were traveling to see, or maybe it was 8th grade. I think it was 7th grade. We were traveling to see where our granny ma lived because we had just met her. Ralph Marouk, I'm sorry. Hello. Good to see you. I'm going to put these on again in a second. So, we ate the chicken. Barb was still sick when we got to Granny Ma's house. Like, still both ends. Like, we were stopping every half hour for her to go to the bathroom, and my parents were feeding her like Imodium. I don't think they had Imodium then, but whatever they had for this. Anyway, it was awful. She suffered so much. It was just, memories of my sister kind of make me, I get mad. I'm not going to spend time being mad, but I get mad when I think of all the pain that she's been through in her life. She had been through. She died of colon cancer in 2013 at 49 years old. But, she was my other half. And it's 6 years later, and I'm just almost 7 years. I'm just coming into a place where I can talk about her with a smile without crying. But I also find myself really being sympathetic and empathetic with her in moments when I was younger, because we're the same age, where I didn't feel empathy or sympathy, but now I think back on those moments and it's almost a moment of regret, but it's like, oh, that's what was going on with her. That's why things were so hard. As I get older, I'm starting to learn, or I'm starting to empathize and sympathize more because I think back on my sister's life situations. Okay, let's not go there. That is so true. And the thing that's funny, my mom was a nurse and did not take, but she was an herbalist. Yes. Her sister was only 20. Oh, Casey, what are you saying here? That's exactly how I feel. I'll be 10 years and she was my other side. Did I miss something, Casey? Were you telling a story and I missed it? Or I'm not understanding. Be careful. Okay. So, LOL. Wow. That's exactly how I feel. I'll be 10 years and she was my other side. Are you talking about your sister? Sister was only 23. Oh my gosh. It's hard, isn't it? You know what, you guys? I have to do one thing. I wonder where my phone is because I have to call my niece and ask her to make mashed potatoes because I can make gravy out of that. You know. So, you guys, I'm going to make a phone call real quick. I hope you don't mind. My niece is so cool. Gosh, speaking of my sister, she is Jessica's the reason I survived. Jessica's the reason I was able to get through the period of time when my sister was dying. She was so supportive. Just such a, probably because she had lost her father not long before that, but she understood. So you have a life, yes. Getting older, you will understand things better. That's true. Hey, I'm on my live stream really quick, and I just had this moment where I was like, oh my God, do you have any potatoes? Are you making mashed potatoes? Because I have this, I'm going to be making a really terrific gravy, and I thought, ooh, mashed potatoes. Or we could put the gravy over whatever potatoes you make. That just do that. Do that. That'll be fine. That'll be just fine. And then we'll just, if you want gravy, I have gravy. All right, we'll be over. The chicken is almost done. I'm gonna finish up my live stream by making. Oh, I have to finish the sauerkraut, and then we'll be over. Oh wait. Oh, I forgot. They can't see you. Jess says hi. Okay, I've been talking about you. So anyway, I'll talk to you a little bit. All right, bye. Seriously, my niece is 17 years younger. I remember the day she was born. It's kind of a shotgun wedding because, people end up anyway, my brother and her mother didn't make it 6 months into the anyway. So Jess and I are really close. And like I said, it's because of her that I was able to even make it through those days. I slept on her couch because she lived closer to my sister Barb. If I wasn't at Barb's house taking care of her, then I was at Jess's and she would feed and did everything that you need somebody to do when, it's amazing. So she's like, she didn't replace my sister, but she definitely has that same kind of space in my life. I'll do anything for her. One of the reasons, I won't get into it, but yes, I do anything for her. Yeah. So someday we'll do a live together and you will meet her. I think you might have, I don't know. Anyway, time to look at this cabbage. Oh, yeah. Oh, can you see how shiny it is? We're good. I just have to squeeze this a little bit. We're going to take the chicken out in a minute. Gonna make some gravy, or I'll just bring the the drippings over. Oh yeah. See if I can get any water out of it. Not yet. It's getting there. This is a very dense, small cabbage. I might add a little bit more salt to it. Like I said, it's super dense. So, yep. Let me see what it tastes like. I could add a little bit more salt. What I like about sauerkraut is that if it's salty enough for you in the raw state, it'll be perfect in the fermented state. You can oversalt, and you can definitely undersalt. But I've been doing this now for 5 years. I'm trying to get these gloves off. I've been doing this now for 5 years, and I'm pretty well able to tell when I need more salt. Whoa, not that much. That's about another, so altogether about 2.5 tablespoons right now. I'm starting to feel it. Yeah. Okay, let's cover this up. I'm going to take the chicken out and transfer it to another thing. So, what have we done today? So we did the chicken, which we're going to take out right now. We did we're doing the fermented. Ouch, burned myself. Oh, that looks awesome. Yeah. We did the chicken. We did the fermented celery juice, which is going to be terrific. We are doing the sauerkraut. Now, I need to take this chicken and transfer it into a container that I can take over there. And I think I have just the thing. Oh, my knees. Oh. Yes. Oh. I am so old. Oh, God. So what happened was, that looks yummy, doesn't it? A small kitchen scale to measure more accurately. Lynx, here's what I do. Usually for 1 quart, it's 19 grams of salt. That comes to, for me, with sauerkraut, that comes to about 2.5 tablespoons with kosher salt. So like I said, I know this pretty well. I could weigh it out, but I know this pretty well. And I haven't ever, honest to God, I've never had a sauerkraut go bad, ever. Part of that is because we're in Minnesota, and it's really, Inside Kate's Kitchen, Kate at Inside Kate's Kitchen, and also Blake Kirby at Daddy Kerb's farm, they both had troubles with their sauerkraut this year. And I honestly think it's because they're in Texas. They had a super hot summer. There's different microbes in the air. And even though they said they used a lot of salt, they used a little, they couldn't figure it out. So Minnesota, it's really easy because we're cold. I think it'd probably be easy in Canada too. We're cold 6 months out of the year. We do get some hot summer. I don't make sauerkraut then. I'll make my kefir water. I'll make any beverage I'll make. I haven't seemed to have troubles with that. But 2.5 for me, if it's about a quart of sauerkraut, if it's about a quart, then I know it's, and this definitely is about a quart, it's 2.5 tablespoons. It might even be too salty because it was a smaller head of cabbage. But what's good about it is that it's gonna, when it starts releasing its brine, there's gonna be a lot of brine. Okay. Oh, I can turn this off now. I think my house is warmer in the winter than summer. We turn our heat way down in the summer, and it can still get pretty chilly at night. I suppose, yeah. It doesn't get chilly here at night. Minnesota has the most inclement weather in the United States. We are the coldest and the hottest sometimes. And when I say hottest, yeah, people are in Arizona are like, hey, but it gets to whatever here, you know, it gets hot. Yeah, it gets 125 degrees. We get up to 108 with humidity. That's what's the kicker, is the humidity. It kills us. Literally kills us. Okay. This is going to be so good. I think this is plenty of chicken for, I mean, I'm probably only going to have a leg, maybe try and I split a thigh, but there we go. Aha! All right, I got to do this because, you know. I never use those thumbnails I do. I never use them. So where'd the lid go? Oh, it's right here. So I'm going to put this on. This is it's a hot pack. So I'm going to put this in the microwave for oh, wait. It has Velcro. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I don't use this very often. Okay, I am only going to put it in the microwave for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. My apple cider vinegar and sauerkraut spoiled this past summer. It gets too hot and humid here. Yeah, that's, I don't make any sauerkraut. Casey, I've been making apple cider vinegar for 3 years, 2 years, 3 years. Oh. Hi, Stella. Hi, Stella. Stella, say hi. Oh, do you want to go outside? Okay. Where are you? There you are. Be nice. That's my puppy. I've been making apple cider vinegar for 2.5 years. And this year, and I'd had that SCOBY, that nice thick SCOBY that grew, well, actually pellicle, that grew on top of the apple cider vinegar. And I brought plantains into the house. Plantains have the nasty fruit flies, angry fruit flies. Well, they were all in here. I was like, maybe I should put them. I didn't know what to do. And then all of a sudden, the fruit flies were gone. They were just gone. There was the plantains. The fruit flies are gone. 2 days prior, I had gone to check on my apple cider vinegar and everything was fine. It was just fine. I go to check on my apple cider vinegar because I think I'm going to do, I thought I was going to do a live stream with my apple cider vinegar. Guess where the fruit flies were? Ugh. They had laid, oh, I won't even say it. The good thing is, once they got into the pellicle or the SCOBY, they died because of the acetic acid. So my SCOBY was that thick. They only got to the top layer, and then they couldn't let me in. Come on in, Your Highness. Would you like a treat? Okay, come sit, come sit. Come over here and sit. Sit. There you go. Can I do it up? Yay! Oh, wow. That wasn't an up, that was bite. Do it again. Sit. Sit. There you go. Good dog. That was an up. She's my favorite. Oh, no. Yes. Yes. It was bad. Hi, Kikan. How are you? I will check my messages on Instagram. I will. I'm not an Instagram person. The only reason I use Instagram is for my blog, and then also for Team Build. So you guys may not know Team Build with Geo, or many of you might. Ooh. Many of you might. It happens on Saturdays at 1 p.m. Central Time, or that is 2 p.m. Central Time. And Monday, let me move you over. Monday, 7 p.m. Central Time, or 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And what it is it's a playlist partners. So you get playlist partners. You create a 20-hour playlist, and then you go to Team Build with Geo. You have to call it 20-hour playlist, and she explains in there, if you go to Team Build with Geo and you want to figure out how to participate, she does explain on her, this is Boss Life Online if you don't know. She does explain in her channel, she has a number of videos on how to participate effectively. So she's been in her business and she's like, I'm ready to come back in. Yes, I sent you a message for Team Build. Okay. What'd you say, Casey? Yes, and banana. Well, bananas, they're, I'm backing up a little bit. Bananas, they're fruit flies. Sorry, brain. I'm trying to get my brain to function correctly. Their fruit flies are not, I've never seen anything like a plantain fruit fly. They burrowed through. They ate through this and a towel. They like literally ate holes in it. And a towel, which is, wonder if I have that towel here. Yeah, like a muslin towel. This is, they burrowed right through it and left little holes. Anyway, Team Build with Geo, Mondays and Saturdays. And if you want to participate, this is one of the ways I got my watch hours taken care of. I was right down to the end, right before my 12 months were up. Fortunately, my October hours from last year didn't matter because there were like 5. Literally, I don't even think I had 5 hours. I think I had 37 minutes. November was like 5 hours. So I wasn't, you have to have 4,000 hours in the previous 12 months. So anyway, I was right down to the wire, and we, Geo from Boss Life Online started Team Build with Geo, and we were able to get me over the edge. Get your playlist buddies. If you're not a moderator, you can get up to 5 playlist partners. You have to watch them within the 7 days between Saturday and Saturday. That's 100 hours a week. And not only that, I'm really getting to know some really fun people. It's not like I'm watching folks and then I never go back to their live streams. I watch them, I learn about them, or not live streams, excuse me, their videos. I watch them, I learn about them, and then I'm hooked, you know? So far, I have watched over 80, not like I have not watched every hour of their 20-hour playlist, but I've watched over 80 people since August. You guys, I got to get this gravy started. Hold on. First thing I need to do. I love this thing. So I don't know if you know what this is. And then I got to finish this sauerkraut. I got 15 minutes to get all this done. I need to stop telling stories. So what this is, you guys, this is a gravy. What will happen is the fat will separate to the top. So we are going to have this right here. Take this. I may have to carry this in my lap. I wonder if I have any. Ooh, that's not a lot. I got excited. No, that's not a lot. I need to bring that over too. No, I'm going to keep that. I don't want to get that to forget. Okay. I wonder if I have any chicken stock left. These are frozen. So that's good. I'm going to oh boy. I have a lot of stuff in here. Oh, hey. Yes. Chicken stock. I'm going to put these in a different bag because I don't know. So they're all frozen now. So this is the celery. This is the celery fiber. I will use my chicken stock drippings to make the gravy. These are frozen. Oh, so I'm supposed to buffer. Is this the first time I've buffered? Probably need to get off sooner than later. Is there a Vikings game today?
Yeah, it's already over.
Oh, okay. I'm starting to buffer a little bit, and I was wondering if it was because of the bar.
There's like a Sunday night football game.
Oh. Yeah, so our neighborhood is about to get wild. Let's see if we can finish up this sauerkraut really quick. And then we'll get working on the gravy. God, so much going on. Okay. Oh, we're good. Ugh, this is dense. You know what? This is so dense. Starting to leak, but you know what? I may leave this out until I get back from dinner because it's not going to hurt it. And it'll, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll leave this out, do a couple things here. I'll put this back on there. That's good enough. Put that on there. There we go. So I've done this before where I have left it out for more than an hour or so, and I come back and it's done all the work and I'm done with the work. So say hi, Troy.
Hello.
You can look at him.
Yeah. Hello. Actually,
Oh,
sorry, dog stuff.
Okay. So I have the chicken ready over there.
Wait.
You guys, I think I'm going to have to end this. I really appreciate you coming in and hanging out with me, but I got to get going. I wanted to stay for 2 hours, but hey, 150 is good. So know that there's a video coming out on Tuesday. It is called something like Just in Time for Christmas Collard Greens, although I made them for Thanksgiving. And I show the process of how you make collards. So I'm not just ripping the leaves off the stems, not just that. So I hope that you get an opportunity to watch that. Ralph, see you next time. Yes. So I want to remind you to live, love, and learn. And I will, depending on how late it is, I will be doing my daily vlog after rehearsal. Hopefully they will get done with rehearsal sooner than later and not stay until 5:30 because they don't need to. And nice chatting with all of you. Yes, Lynxacres, thank you. So have a nice evening. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye. See ya.